Hello guys, this is Rexon, and today we're going to be playing a game called The Fertile Crescent. The Fertile Crescent is a strategy game, and so when I saw it on itch.io for free, it perked my interest. Furthermore, this game is a classic throwback in the graphics, and I kind of like that 2D style. And it doesn't seem to be poor in graphics. It seems like it's very intentionally made in a modern yet pixelated 2D way. So, I have no idea how this game plays. All I know is that this is a city builder and that you have to defend yourselves against hordes of enemies. And as the name suggests, the Fertile Crescent, this thing starts in the area of the Bronze Age and the ancient Near East. So basically, in the Middle East, there is a set of rivers. I don't remember what the rivers are called, but that's where a significant portion of the world's civilization started from, actually. Humanity started in Africa and they slowly migrated to the Middle East. And then in the Middle East, there was a lot of fertile lands along the river, and civilization sprouted from there. And this game was inspired by the rise and falls of Bronze Age civilizations. You must manage a delicate balance between food surplus and the maintenance of your army. So units. You always start with one tribe unit that can settle your people by placing a village center. That sounds pretty classic, the village center. You can see that in a lot of other strategy games where they city build. Villagers can harvest resources, construct and repair buildings. Other units are useful for exploring or warfare. Understandable? So we have to select a tribes unit, move it, places a village center on any clear land, and then we can train more villagers. Alright. To gather more resources, food is very important. Everything consumes it. Alright. We need bricks, wood, metal. You can farm to get food. Get food from berries. That's such a classic. There's always berries in these heavy games that you can get food from. And the farm speed of food output depends on the soil quality of tiles it occupies. Okay, and we can click on a tile to see its soil quality. And we are suggested to forage before we transition to farms. That makes sense. If you think about it, like hunter-gatherers, they gather food. It's in their name. They hunt and they gather food. That was a really quick way for them to get a lot of energy. But if you think about the past and how people transitioned into becoming farmers, that took a long while because it's not very easy to convince people to say, hey, let's wait 6 months for food to come. It's not very easy to convince them. Starvation, a meter. Okay, that means we lose. Alright. All buildings require bricks. To harvest bricks, you need to dig up a clay pit. Clay pits need to be placed on top of at least one marshland tile. Alright. So, clay needs water. Makes sense. Okay, we have an icon for research. This is what it is, and determined by the amount of knowledge your tribes generate, and this depends on the food surplus. In other words, the more food your tribe has at its stock, the faster you can get access to new technology. Alright. Left click to select multiple units. There's a mistake in the spelling. It's not double B's. Select multiple units of the same type, double click left button, mouse button, pretty standard, okay. Chat to all, chat to team, okay. Okay, it doesn't seem too difficult. Settle your tribe, harvest resources, train an army, and destroy your enemy. Alright. I got it. It took us 4 minutes to get through that initial read. Let's dedicate tutorial, and let's apply our knowledge.
Hi, and welcome. This tutorial is aimed at players who are new to real-time strategy games. Even if you are a veteran, you might want to go through the tutorial to see what the Fertile Crescent is all about. At the top right of your screen, you will find your current goal and instructions on how to complete it.
Wow, that's a soothing voice.
To move the camera, you can either use the arrow keys on the keyboard, drag your mouse to the sides of the screen, hold down the mouse wheel while moving the mouse, or left click on the minimap that is located on the bottom left of your screen.
A very classic layout.
The tribe unit is the pregnant lady holding her. While your tribe unit is selected, Right-click on another location to move her. Keep your tribe selected and look for the construction menu
Interesting
at the
sound.
bottom right
Okay.
of your screen.
Um,
To see what each button does, hover your mouse cursor over the button.
let's see.
Next,
Stop action.
find and select the village center, and then place it. Find and select your villager. While the villager is selected, move the mouse cursor to the village center construction site and right-click to order the villager to finish the construction.
Okay, I gotta say, that is kind of weird. You know how your baby and the child turns into a village center. I mean, I get the idea that they are the birth of a civilization, and the pregnant woman with the child. But that's a little
Your
bit
village
weird.
center will automatically train new villagers. You can click on the village center to see the training progress at the bottom of your screen. If you ever need to pause the training of your villagers, you can select the village center and click the stop production button at the bottom of the screen. Let's
There's
wait
a
for 2
stop?
more villagers
Oh,
to be
that is-
trained before we continue.
The sound effects are these sound effects are very amusing. Sorry guys. Okay.
Explore the map to find fruit
Find
trees.
fruit trees.
You can
Like
click
that?
on the objects to see what they are in the information panel at the bottom of your screen.
That's a fruit tree. That's a
To
tree.
forage food, select one or more of your villagers and right-click on a fruit tree.
Makes
They
sense.
will automatically deliver the foraged food to the village center. You can click on a
So-
fruit tree to see how much food it has left to forage. Wait for your villagers to forage 30 food.
Alright, so this place has 10 housing, so we can only house up to 10 people. And it has 4 technology generation, so we generate technology, although... your people generate more knowledge of food
Explore the
surplus. I mean, that
resource
makes a lot
view
of
at the
sense.
top of the screen to see how much food you have and how much food your people consume. Hover your mouse cursor over the different icons to see what they represent. All units consume food, and so you need to keep your food supplies up. If your people starve for too long, they will revolt against your leadership.
Makes sense. Pretty standard. So this is like a managing people. But I like how it's food surplus that gives you a lot of knowledge generation, because people spend back in the day when you're hunter gatherers, people spend a lot of their day hunting for food, and so they don't really have a lot of free time per se. But then all of a sudden, when we had the ability to farm, now people had a lot of what we call free time, because you don't have to go hunt. The food is there. It's predictable. You know what you can do the rest of your day. Then you can start making inventions to make gathering food faster, and the faster you can gather food, the less time you spend on it, and then you can do more and more other stuff and so on. So this is why civilization advances, because we develop time for ourselves. We save time, and therefore we use that time to do more.
Select one or more villagers to construct a clay pit. Find the construction menu at the bottom right of your screen. To construct a clay pit, you must place it on marshland. Marshland looks like wet grassland. To see what the different types of land are, click on the ground and look for the description at the bottom of the screen. When a villager has dug up clay and delivered it to your village center, you will gain bricks as a resource. Wood is another important resource. It's used for constructing buildings and training an army. Select one or more villagers and right-click on a tree to chop down the tree and collect the wood.
We're gonna need dwellings, but we don't have enough bricks. Okay, so we need to do more bricks, but right now let's chop down trees. And these guys go to work.
Basic economy set up. It's good to dig clay and chop wood to be able to construct more buildings. But your focus should always be to supply sufficient food to your people. Make sure you continue to assign enough villagers as food foragers in order to avoid starvation.
Yeah, makes sense.
You need sufficient housing to train villagers and an army. In the resources panel at the top left of your screen, you can see how many people you have and how much housing you have. Make sure you have enough resources to construct the dwelling. Hover over the building in the construction menu at the bottom right to see how many resources you need. To make your village run more efficiently, you should try to minimize the distance your villagers have to walk to deliver resources. Construct a resource camp where your villagers can drop off wood and bricks.
Okay. Not really difficult so far. Is there like a shift click there for this up? No, there's no shift clicking. Okay, so you can't like assign waypoints to units.
Next,
That's
construct a
unfortunate.
granary where your villagers can drop off food.
Okay. Granary. Seems like a good place for a granary. Do we not have enough resources? We need more wood. Alright. Let's go chopping, boys. Oh, we won't run out of food. But the thing here is that you actually gain 30% villager training speed if you have enough food, which is pretty good. More food, more people. Straightforward. Wonder if there's a way to zoom out, zoom in. There isn't. Okay. Oh, you press M. I mean, it's not really that useful, I guess, on the small map. Just curious to figure out the controls. Let's build a granary. I'm gonna build farms anyway soon, so hopefully we'll get things done. I wish there was like an idle villager thing that we could press on. Like, what if you could click on this and you will go to the idle villagers? I think that'd be cool. I know we don't have any, but there's something to think of.
As fruit trees start to deplete, you will have to start farming for food as well. Make sure you collect enough wood to construct the farms. The productivity of farms is based on soil quality. Click on the ground to see its soil quality in the bottom information panel.
So we just have to
While
build
placing a
on
farm,
these.
a soil quality indicator will show up as a little circle next to your mouse. It indicates the overall soil quality the farm will have if placed there.
Oh, soil quality is good. Gonna have you construct farms. More farms, people. We gotta feed our people. And you guys are all idle. They've run out of clay, so we need more clay.
Villagers will automatically work on farms they finish constructing. Whenever you have selected at least one villager, indicators will pop up above all farms to show which farms are currently being worked on and which ones aren't.
Okay. I like that. That's pretty cool. That's intuitive. Although I can easily see myself running out of resources if this is how the map is gonna go. Alright.
The best advice for surviving the early phases of the game is to avoid starvation. This is most
Makes
easily
a lot of
achieved by
sense.
foraging for food for as long as possible before transitioning to farming. Foraging is fast and doesn't require resources or time for construction.
I wonder what the furnace does. Equipped with better weapons. Build archer ranges, military units, and so on. You have an issue with food? I wish we could tell how much food we're gaining at the current speed.
To open the technology tree, click on the top left button of the screen.
This is A,
Then select a technology to research.
AT.
Research speed is determined by the amount of knowledge your people acquire. Knowledge is more easily acquired when there's a greater food surplus. Try to stock a greater food surplus while you wait for the technology to research.
So let's go with a faster mining speed. I think that's pretty important. Lack of housing. What do we need to do to build more housing? We need to do... Oh, what is this? Those are just stats. Okay. We need more dwellings. Let's never ever run out of dwellings. We also need food. So it's like a catch-22. All organisms are a catch-22. It's thankfully that we have the ecosystem to make sure it never gets too bad.
You can also
Thankfully,
use the
that.
how-to pages for future reference. To find these pages, click on the button with a question
Yeah, we
mark
already
at
got
the top
this.
right of your screen.
That's the first thing we did. We're good people.
Great job. You've completed the tutorial. There's more to the game that you will learn along the way. Feel free to explore the controls for as long as you want before exiting this tutorial.
I'm gonna be honest, the
To
fact that
exit the
there's no
tutorial,
ability
click on the
for
menu
us to
button
get
at the
the,
top right of your screen.
this? Okay. To be honest, there's not, like, there's no metal, which is clearly what is needed here. I can't make anything without the metal, so it really wants us to check everything out. And there's no enemies to fight against. It's literally just gather food. So that's currently the tutorial. We learned a good bit. And I guess that's really it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. I will definitely do another video on this, probably doing like a beginner mission. I haven't taken any look at it yet, but there are different difficulties. I'll take a look at them. Anyways, this is Crescent signing out. If you guys have anything special, tell me below.